On Japan and Libya, things have been a bit quiet in Scotland.
A dozen ambulances were sent to an accident in Fife earlier today that resulted in a 12-year-old boy having a plaster put on his finger.
Did anyone else see that old bloke talking about vajazzling?
If it's groomed and quite smart, then it can be quite, enhancing. But if it's a mess, you think, yuck, what's it got inside there?
In Italy, the Prime Minister Silvio Sex Pest Berlusconi is going to court.
The Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi has been ordered to stand trial on charges of paying for sex with an underage girl. Prosecutors allege Berlusconi paid for sex with the 17-year-old Moroccan girl nicknamed Ruby.
So, is Berlusconi worried? Well, clearly not. He laughed off the scandal by saying this. According to a survey, when asked if they'd like to have sex with me, 30% of women said yes. The other 70% replied, what? Again? I'm a sleazy bastard. Probably the most ridiculous development of the trial is this.
Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi's called up George Clooney as one of his defence witnesses for when he goes on trial next month.
Makes sense, the two are inseparable. I mean, you barely see them apart.
George Clooney says he only recalls meeting the Italian Prime Minister once.
Berlusconi is clearly bullshitting. Yeah, Clooney was there, Ian Holloway, the blue one from Avatar. Oh, and the President of Russia, Vladimir Putin. No, this guy. Elsewhere in the world of politics, have you heard the latest news about the Liberals? A company in Suffolk have planned a musical about Nick Clegg. Apparently they're going to call it Clegg the Musical. Surely they should have gone for Nick and his amazing Technicolor bullshit. I was so excited by this, I couldn't wait. So I've decided to write my own version. Last year Britain loved me more than Charlie Sheen loves pills. Winning. Now I'm more unpopular than bloody Heather Mills. Pensioners despise me, I'm shafted by the press.
He never should have gobbled David Cameron's eaten mess.
I said I'd save the NHS.
But he was talking shit.
My promises were just as fake as Katie Price's tits. I'm just a Tory poodle humping George and David's legs. It's bollocks being liberal when your name is Nick Clegg. There's been some ghoulish goings-on in the West Midlands.
A cupboard door mysteriously opens of its own accord. Is someone behind it playing tricks? Not so according to a family in Coventry who claim something is haunting their home.
There's a ghost in Coventry? What he's been doing?
The room is quiet and motionless, but then suddenly disturbed by a moving pink chair. Is this family being visited by a poltergeist?
No. Someone's moving a chair with string. Either that or you've got a ghost that's into feng shui. He's hardly scary. A moving pink chair coming out of the closet. I bet that ghost doesn't go, whoa. He goes, ooh. Mind you, it isn't just the chair. Look what else this evil spirit has done.
The light came on, or it switched off, one or the other, and we went to the kitchen to try and turn the light back off. I think it must have turned it back on. And as we touched the kitchen light, all you heard was a bang, and the whole house, electrics had gone off.
That's a power cut. Unbelievably, this isn't the only ghost story from Coventry. There was another one in the news this week. But he doesn't move furniture. He's got a bit of a temper. Woman in Coventry claims she's been beaten up for 7 months by thug ghosts. Casper's gone bad. I know we shouldn't laugh, but look where she claims the ghosts are stalking her. I can't even escape them when I leave the house. They pester me at Asda. The ghosts follow her to Asda. It's like something out of Chat magazine. I reached in the freezer, suddenly I were cold all over. Then a voice from nowhere went, supervisor to check out 3, please. I looked around, no one there. Ghosts. What I want to know, why is a ghost attacking a woman from Coventry? Surely, if you can punch anyone, you choose this guy. And why be so violent? If I was an invisible ghost, I wouldn't hit people, I'd have some fun. First thing I'd do, I'd go to a zoo, I'd pick up a penguin, and I'd make him look like he was flying. Just to see all the other penguins go, what the fuck? How are you doing that? It's a miracle! Let's be honest, a violent ghost would be terrifying, but it would definitely... Oh, thank Christ, what up? Excellent. There is nothing quite like a lady getting hit. Elsewhere in the news, scientists have finally discovered the secret of love.
A 21st century matchmaker promises singles they can find someone compatible simply by matching their faces to others.
This is the news that apparently you're attracted to people that look like you. Shit. That doesn't bode well for me. So my girlfriend actually calls me Shirley. But that's another story. If the scientists are right, it explains why these two are so close. Let's be honest, it's bollocks. I don't want to go out with someone that looks like me. I've got a lazy eye. We'd spend eternity unable to make eye contact. Our children would look like this. If I banged an animal. So, the big sports story of the week had to be this.
The Football Association has upheld Wayne Rooney's two-match ban for swearing into a TV camera this game against Fulham.
Nobody cares. A footballer swore? Next you'll be telling me Jordan isn't a virgin. What do they expect? It's Rooney. He's hardly going to turn into Stephen Fry after scoring. Lad, he got the ball here. Come on, lad, you can do it. There you go, it's a goal. My goodness. That ball flew into the net like a glorious falcon. Look to me, chaps, for my foot is more powerful than Thor's hammer. Let's finish these rapscallions off and head back to mine for jam sandwiches and ginger beer. Are you all right, Wayne? I don't know, I just came over a bit weird when I scored that fucking goal. You get all these hysterical parents. He swore! Now the children will swear! Calm down. They haven't copied him in the past. Where are you going? Mother, I'm off granny banging. If it's good enough for Rooney, it's good enough for me. Now fetch my Shrek mask. That isn't the only football story this week. Look what Mohammed Al-Fayed has done.
As Fulham football fans arrived at the front of Craven Cottage Stadium on Sunday for a league match, a controversial statue of the pop legend Michael Jackson was being unveiled at the back.
Have you seen it? Looks like something you get with a Happy Meal. Obviously the fans hate it. Cue excellent reaction from Al-Fayed.
If some stupid fans don't understand and appreciate such a gift this guy gives to the world, you know, they can just go to hell.
It's a bit harsh. Imagine being in hell, stood next to some bloke. What are you here for? I ate a baby. You? I didn't like a statue. I thought he looked like goat's cheese over a sex doll. Fulham must be the least family-friendly club in the league. They're called the Cottagers, and now they've got a statue of a suspected pedo. What does their mascot look like? This? Some peculiar news from around the globe. Let's start with a very strange new law in Malawi.
Farting in public is apparently such a big problem in Malawi. Officials want it to be made a criminal offence.
We can't allow that. We all fart. Where do you think we could go and fart? That is no issue to debate upon.
Exactly. You can't ban farting. Sometimes you can't help it. If my dad lifts something heavy, he'll guff like a fat horse. I'll tell you what, this is going to change the comic relief videos. Just £5 a month can help Bawembe go to Europe so he can drop his guts. Just loads of blokes hanging their arse over the border. Ah! Thanks, Lenny Henry. As you can imagine, the people of Malawi are not taking this sitting down.
We all fart in public and it'll be difficult to tell who's done it. Some do it silently. In some cases, it's like tear gas which goes shh.
If my arse made that noise, I'd be down the library freaking people out. That librarian keeps telling me to be quiet, and he fucking stinks. From Malawi to Australia and a novel way to boost the population.
Two of Australia's biggest IVF clinics have launched an online advertising campaign to encourage more men to become sperm donors.
They've done so in typically Aussie fashion. Sperm donation, more fun than giving blood. I love the fact you can only see one of his hands. Have you been to Australia? All their ads are like that, ridiculously blunt. Socks, your ankles, fucking love them. McDonald's, eat it, you dick. I bet you money the blood bank hit back. Give blood, don't be a wanker. Hey, that's right. That's right. Staying down under. Here's a headline I never thought I'd see. Man drives with parrot on windscreen. A bloke from Melbourne has been attaching a parrot to his windscreen wipers and taking him for a drive. Do you want to see the parrot in action?
One of the videos was shot in a Melbourne back street.
Hey, go Angus! Good boy, mate.
I love it out here. The wind blowing through my feathers. Do you know, I don't think I've ever been happier.
Another, this one, at around 100 kilometres an hour in the breakdown lane of a busy Melbourne freeway.
Stop the fucking car! Poor parrot!
Who's a pretty boy then? Not me, I've got flies in me teeth. Beak, not teeth. I haven't actually got any teeth. I'm a parrot. I'd do the next joke if I were you, Russ. You look like a dick on national telly.
The bloke is an absolute moron. Look what he gets angry about.
I'm sick of people looking at me and laughing as I'm driving down the street.
Well, don't sellotape a parrot to your car, then. As you can imagine, the authorities want this to stop.
And you're telling people to stop?
No, I'm not going to say it's going to stop. I'm going to think about it.
Yeah, I'm going to think about it. But then, in fairness, I said I'll think about going to the dentist.
To be honest, the parrot should count himself lucky. There are worse cars to be attached to.
It's
Time for the mystery guest, and yes, you're right, I did get beaten up by an old lady last week. This is the part of the show I genuinely don't know anything about. There's going to be a mystery guest who's been in the news, and I have to figure out who that person is. So, please welcome my mystery guest! Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Ross.
I'm Jamie.
Jamie?
Yes, hello.
Nice to meet you, Jamie.
Hello.
Sweet. Please tell me your surname's Dodger, and we'll get on. I'm guessing scientist.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong?
Yeah.
Why have you got all this stuff then?
I was given it.
You were given it?
By them.
By them?
Yes.
This isn't your stuff?
No, all this is my stuff, yeah.
This isn't fair, so they've dressed you up to look like a scientist. What do? Are you a matador or something like that? Yeah. It's got something to do with potions, clearly.
Yeah.
Do you make potions?
Not potions, no.
Okay, but I'm close?
Close, yes.
Do you make Perfume? Do you make perfume? Do you make perfume?
I made perfume, yeah.
What's your scent?
It's
Are
called
you Calvin Klein?
No.
That would have been great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So you make perfume. Is that why you've been in the news this week?
Yes, it is, yeah.
For making perfume?
Yeah. A perfume called Surplus, or Surplus.
It's called Surplus.
Or Surplus, if you're French.
Surplus, okay.
Yeah. And it's made from the excesses of the body.
It's made from the excesses of the body?
Yeah.
Well, doesn't sound like a massive seller. So what are you telling me, you make poo perfume?
Yeah.
You do? You make perfume?
Well, it's not just from...
It's not just from poo?
No, it's also from urine and hair.
Oh, I apologise. So it's poo, perfume and wee and hair?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to try it?
No.
No?
But, you know, I've got a selection of people here who'd like. Oh, I'll sniff it, yeah. Okay, oh, right. Smells alright, actually. It doesn't really smell. I need someone to verify that it doesn't smell like... you're up for it? Yeah, do you fancy a bit of poo? Yeah. Give us a whiff and shout out what that smells like, madam. It smells like your nan. Wouldn't that be? That would be the best advert for perfume, wouldn't it? You know, normally it's sort of sexy French models, stuff like that. It's just your nan going, I stink. So, how much poo does it take to make one pot of this?
In total, I made about 7 litres of liquid.
Yeah.
But that's including...
Do you live alone?
At the
guessing
time
that
I
would
was.
waft.
Yeah, at the time I was. My girlfriend was in New York.
She was in New York?
Yeah.
Did she have any idea that you were doing this?
No.
Excellent. What have you been doing? Nothing, this and that. Explain to me the process from poo to perfume. How does that happen? Because, you know, that doesn't look or smell like poo.
Yeah. But,
so how does that happen?
Like, the simplest way of kind of putting them together would be that in faeces there is a molecule called scatol, which is the smell molecule. And it's the same molecule that makes white flowers smell. It's like orange blossoms, junipers, jasmines. Like, it's just at different percentages. So in faeces it's like 30%, and in white flowers it's around about 5%. So I extracted that through a steam distillation process, which is the traditional method of extracting oils and essential oils from any material, and then diluted it down into a more pleasant smell rather than a...
How did you learn all this?
Research and speaking to perfumers and scientists, and then experimenting with nose pegs.
Flipping heck, man. I think you need a bit of help. I like you. But that is, you know, isn't it interesting? Because you're wearing a white coat, and you have glasses, you have an air of intelligence about you, right? And we go, oh, very interesting. If you would have said that to me on a park bench, right, I'd run away. But now I'm going, oh, how very clever. Isn't that weird?
Thank you.
Well, lovely to meet you. What a bizarre thing. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my mystery guest. Now, remember last week we found the house that looked like Hitler? Well, get ready for this. Face of Elvis found on bug in Singapore forest. They found an insect that looks like Elvis, and when you see it, it's going to blow your mind. Truly remarkable. It's like he's in the room. In fairness, most insects look like people. Some look like sportsmen. Some look like rappers. And some look like evil dictators. This next story is great. Here's a sentence you don't hear very often.
Now, a fireman from Hull is being described as a hero after giving the kiss of life to a pet dog.
Hero? Imagine him with the other firemen. Just put out a fire, you? I tongued a Labrador. Did you see how long he worked on the dog?
It was such a rewarding thing to see, the way the fireman was. It must have been about 30 minutes working on the dog.
30 minutes, it were beautiful. I mean, the dog came round after 2, but he wanted to be sure. He was so dedicated. I mean, it were 20 minutes before we told him he'd got the wrong end.
My favourite part of the report has to be the reaction of the dog's owner.
I don't think I could have done what he did myself to my own dog, because we knew what a breath was like.
I'd have let her die. She fucking stinks. Moving away from doggy snogging, meet Bob. He has a very unusual hobby.
My name is Bob Gibbons. I'm 60 years of age, and I've got the world's biggest collection of love dolls. 200 plus.
200 love dogs! How creepy is that? Do you reckon he put them on his census form?
Who lives here? Well, I got Dirty Sue, Busty Brenda, Filthy Maureen, and my wife. With her talking and her breathing.
You're probably thinking he keeps them locked away in a shed. Oh no!
We have them around the house, in the bedroom, we have them in the front rooms.
It's like some kind of budget Playboy mansion. I bet that's the only house in the world where Jehovah's Witnesses go, nah, we'll come back later. Oh Christ, I've only just seen them bastards. Bizarrely, his relationship isn't sexual.
Okay, let's take you on a shopping trip. Maybe we'll buy something.
That's right, he's taking a sex doll to Tesco.
Hey, I've got you something really nice.
Is it a drawing pin? So I can end my misery? The strangest part of this story, look how much he spent on his hobby.
Probably within 60, 70, 80,000 pounds on actual dolls.
80 grand! If you like plastic women with dead eyes, he should just go on this. Time for the good news story. This is a movie report about Harvey Phillips, who lost 3 limbs to meningitis as a baby, and he's finally taken his first steps.
Diagnosed with meningitis as a baby, Harvey Phillips had both legs and part of his arms amputated to save his life. Ever since, 6-year-old Harvey has spent his life trying to be just like his friends. Fitted for the first time with fully moving mechanical legs, he's setting out on a long road to learn how to walk, with the help of specialists at the Northern General Hospital in Sheffield. And with his usual determination, he says he can do it in a week.
It's Harvey. If he wants it, he'll do it, basically. So, it's impressive as well. It's all been Harvey wanting bendy legs, as he's called it. So we've just gone along and said, obviously, he's seen other kids with bendy legs, he wants them, and it's just Harvey who's pushed and pushed.
Did you ever envisage you'd have a day like this scene in war?
Not at all.
Next on his list, perfecting his moves so he can play his favourite sport, football.
That's what he wants to do in the long run, and with his new legs as well, it just brings him up to the same height as all the other kids at school, which is a big bonus for Harvey as well. So it's looking good.
There you go. What a lovely little fella. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed it. Good night.